What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny Rastafari, and this is my spoiler conversation of Spider-Man Brand New Day. This whole video is going to be wrapped and scrapped with all spoilers. This is just a spoiler conversation. So letting y'all know, if y'all haven't watched Spider-Man Brand New Day, stop what you're doing, pause this video, go watch Spider-Man Brand New Day, then hop on my channel and watch my spoiler-free reaction and review, and then come back to this video and let's discuss this spoiler discussion. Okay, now this movie was so incredible, and y'all already know that I give this movie a 10 out of 10. And I'ma just tell you everything that I love. I love that how good that this movie was like the video game. And that started off with the very first action scene. Now the very first action, well, there's a lot of montage, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest. There is a small gripe. A little itsy bitsy spider climb up the wall. Just a little itsy bitsy spider critique. But it don't bring the movie down for me whatsoever, because who cares? It's just a montage. They have montage of him fighting Scorpion, Boomerang, god dang, what was the other one? Adrian Toomes, I believe his name. Tombstone, and there was another one, Tarantula. Man, it's crazy that they showed those montages of him defeating those villains. I would like to see a movie wrapped around, but everything that's going on in this movie, I see why they just give it like a little montage, and maybe in the future they can build on those stories. I would like to see a Spider-Man movie that Tombstone is the main villain. That would be cool, because it was just really cool seeing my man playing Tombstone. I don't know his name by heart, but if y'all ever seen Black Lightning on the CW, it was one of the CW best shows besides the first 2-3 seasons of Arrow and the first 2-3 seasons of The Flash. I had loved Black Lightning, and he had played Black Lightning antagonist, and he's also Tombstone in this film. Only for 11 seconds, Spider-Man, he just hung Spider-Man up like it was a shot-for-shot panel from the comic books. And that's another thing I love about this movie, that it was like, in my spoiler-free reaction review, I said it was like 4 to 6, and after watching the movie again, because of me taping this, I have seen this movie twice, and by the time I actually post it, I might go see the movie 2 more times by the time I post this, because I'm not going to post this video. It is now the 31st of July. I'm probably not going to post this until another week, so I'm going to give people like a week to watch the film, and then y'all watch this video then. But probably until then of me posting, I'm probably going to watch this movie another time or another 2 more times, who knows. But yeah, I wish they'd shown more of that, but it is what it is. What they did show, I love. Now let's get back to that action scene. The very first, after the montage, the very first action scene, now Peter is chasing after this tank, and this kind of reminded me just like the game Spider-Man, the very first game. Like, we got this mission, and I believe it's Rhino, and Rhino, I believe I haven't played this game in a while, because this was during PS4. I believe Rhino was going after some weapons or some money, but it was like a tank, and you had to stop Rhino and get on top of the tank, and the stuff that Spider-Man was doing in this movie was shot for shot from the video game. There was a scene in the movie that he got on top of the car, and I remember on the car in the video game, you had to use your joystick and go side to side, and while you're in the car, you have to save people on the side while you're flying, and then you had to web the tank that's in front of you, and then go to the tank, and then you had to keep on pressing square, tapping square, and so the thing can turn over. And then Spider-Man in the movie, I did this little, bro, I'm telling you, it was just like the game. Kudos to that. Now, I'ma just go ahead and just go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. We have to mention the elephant in the room before I mention anything else. Now, this discussion is going to be like, I'm going to be going through all, I'm not going to be talking about everything that happened chronologically in this film. I'm just going to be skipping all around the plot. Now, I'm just going to go right up front with the elephant in the room. Sadie Sink character. Spoilers. Please, if y'all have not seen the film, stop at this point right now, because I don't want to spoil this for you. But this is a spoiler discussion. Sadie Sink character is Previously on X-Men. Yes, yes, yes. The rumors, the theories, all of it was true. But I saw this coming. Sadie Sink character is Jean Grey. And how do I saw this coming before the theories and the rumors happened? Go and watch Stranger Things. I believe season 4, episode 4. There was a scene that Sadie Sink had rise up like this in the graveyard. It was before she got all vegetableized. I saw Jean Grey in that moment, and I guarantee you Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios, they saw Jean Grey in that moment. But she is played by Jean Grey. And this whole movie is basically about her looking for her long-lost sister, because Damage Control is on this mission. They're trying to kidnap like either kids or anyone who got like basically superhuman abilities, so they can test, experiment on, probably trying to extract the power out of them, try to replicate, reverse engineer, and put it on people that they control. So that's basically the purpose of the movie. They went after Jean Grey's sister. Jean Grey got away because of her sister, and the movie is Jean Grey was basically jumping through people's minds, trying to get to the point in Damage Control to free her sister. Now I like how they show that once the Spider-Man stopped the tank, and then he can sense when she's jumping through people's mind. His spider senses is on one. He can sense it, he can see it. And that's basically what the movie, Jean Grey trying to get her sister her way. Another thing I love about this movie, the storyline between Peter and his friends, his loved ones. Oh, that just bring a whole nother dynamic to this movie. Now watching this movie, it felt like I was watching two different movies, but not in a bad way, in a great way. This is how you can overstuff a film and still make it great and still make everything fit. I felt like I was watching a Spider-Man film and an X-Men origin film, and that was cool. And the stuff that they were showing with Spider-Man and his loved ones and his friends, like this by far like one of the most emotional Spider-Man movies. And you know, he trying his hardest to be in MJ life, you know what I'm saying, MJ and Ned life, you know what I'm saying. And while him distance himself from the people that he care about and only focusing on Spider-Man, that kind of triggered his mutant, because Spider-Man is not a mutant, he is a mutate. Now what's the difference? A mutant is someone that's born with their abilities, but not all mutants is born with their abilities, but every living creature on planet Earth, every living creature on planet Earth, you have to blame the Celestials with this, because it's not the Celestials, the Eternals, yeah, and the Celestials, because they've been messing around with mankind since the beginning of time, and that's how every human in the MCU on planet Earth got an X gene. They got the X gene in them, but not every human on planet Earth can activate the X gene. So the X gene get activated through usually during puberty. So of course Jean Grey and other mutants, when your X gene get activated, you become a mutant. But in Spider-Man case, he is a mutate because some other thing had activated him. It didn't happen naturally. So like Captain America, the Hulk, Spider-Man, they all consider like mutates. The Sentry, they all consider like mutates. So now Spider-Man, his DNA is mutating even more rapidly because he's letting go of his human side and he's more focused on his Spider-Man side, and not having things to keep him grounded, keep him like human, is fucking with his mind. He's getting PTSD. You know what I'm saying? And everything that's trauma triggers, it causes his body to mutate. And so when his body mutate, his senses is heightened, his strength is more powerful, he get organic webbing, which is cool. Oh, there's our shots in this movie is so Sam Raimi. I felt like I was watching Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. Especially when he's on the roof and he's trying to learn how to use his web shooters. And they tell you right there, this movie let it know right now, no more debate. They ain't mentioned in this movie, but any Spider-Man fan of live action movies, after watching this movie, there should be no more debate. Tobey Maguire is the strongest Spider-Man of all time, because this movie's shown how just having that natural ability, and when you mutated with it, you're more powerful. And Tobey always had organic weapons. Peter just starting to get it. That let me know they put the respect on Peter. And they mentioned Peter in like OG Peter, Tobey Maguire Peter. Like Peter Parker, our Peter Parker in the 616, he said Peter 2 had organic weapon. He was cool, you were cool. Nah, you got it. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I like all of that. And I swear I thought we was going to get Man Spider, man. I swear I thought we was going to get Man Spider. I'm not even going to hold y'all and let y'all. We ain't got Man Spider. But hey, if you still here and watching this and you haven't watched the movie, hey, I done give you plenty spoilers warnings. And if you have watched the movie, you already know. There's no Man Spider in this film, but they kind of teased that. You know, they teased that, so we might get Man Spider in the future. And in the comics, Man Spider was stopped by Blade and Punisher. So we could get a Man Spider and then have Blade and Punisher try to stop Man Spider, and then you can separate Peter from Man Spider. Like, I'm already thinking about theories for the next film. Not even gonna do that right now. But yeah, he got more powerful, and I like how they shown. Now, I like how they shown how when his senses get heightened, like he literally can hear the whole entire city. And that's one thing I wish that they would have did with Superman and did with Supergirl. Now, in the Supergirl movie, I hate to bring Supergirl in this conversation, poor Supergirl. But anyway, in the Supergirl movie, when she first came to Earth, and Kal-El, Clark Kent, was talking to him that, oh, and your power is about to kick in, right? And they cut it out. Oh, spoiler alert for Supergirl. Because I know y'all didn't see Supergirl. Nobody went to saw that movie. So sorry, I should have warned you that I was going to spoil Supergirl. But anyway, they cut that moment out. They didn't show her really grasping with her powers and how her crazy hair and vision work. They shown that hair in this movie, and that was so cool seeing it from his perspective, that he was getting freaked out from the birds flying over his head, a hot Takis bag rolling in the background, just a simple drop from a leaking faucet. Like, it was just hyper in his face, and it was driving him insane. He couldn't control it, and he passed out. That was cool. And another thing, talking about perspective, I like how this movie, every time he swings, the camera shots of him inside his mask, I thought that was really cool. I love that they put us inside his mask while he was swinging. And now that we're talking about the swinging, there's also some shots in this film, common copy from Into the Spider-Verse. Like, see, Dustin Daniel Cretton got inspiration from almost every Spider-Man movie, and he put it in this film, and I love it. This is Spider-Man, this movie, Spider-Man Brand New Day, is Spider-Man on steroids. This is all the Spider-Man's plans and storytelling in one film, Spider-Man on steroids. That's exactly what this movie is. But I love that. And then the movie, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. MJ finally found out, you know what I'm saying, bye, because Peter left his note on the table, and she read the note, and you know what I'm saying, and Peter trying to get the love back with her, and she told him that, you know, the girl before might have loved you, and you had loved her, but I'm not her. You know what I'm saying? I don't love you. I don't even know you. Man, I wasn't crying. You was crying. That one hit the feels. I ain't gonna tell you. This movie was very emotional. Another thing I love, like I said, I'm bouncing around. I love Peter Parker and the Punisher dynamic in this film. The best bromance in Marvel right now. That was cool. I want to see more of them back and forth to banter, because John Bernthal, the guy who played the Punisher, and Tom Holland, of course, the man who played Spider-Man, they're really good friends in real life. And you could see that radiating in this film, and I had liked that a lot. What else I had liked in this film? Of course, all the action scenes was cool. And I said this in my spoiler-free reaction review. The villain in this movie, you can say Damage Control. You can say Jean Grey. She killed people in this movie. She killed people in this movie. She possessed people in this movie that did crime. She tried to kill MJ. Oh, there was a shit got in MJ mind and fall off the roof. Oh man, everybody thought MJ was gonna die. This was gonna be Gwen Stacy all over again. But like I said, Dustin Daniel Cretton been in the lab and he studied from other Spider-Man films. Peter saved her by the same way that Andrew Garfield wished he saved Gwen Stacy, but in his movie, in the second movie, but then he saved MJ in No Way Home. He webbed her, pull up, and then turn around, web up, and caught her, because if he just webbed her and web himself up, the force is going to snap Gwen Stacy neck, going to snap Mary Jane neck, and Peter knew that. So our Peter, he knew that. So he webbed her down, went to her, grabbed her, and then webbed up, and that was sick. And everybody in my theater cheered. Everybody in my theater cheered. Okay, so now we're just gonna go back to Jean Grey. We're gonna go back to Jean Grey. Come to find out, okay, I'm skipping around. The perspective, what I say, the villain is all about perspective. Jean Grey could be a villain because she actually killing people and possessing people's mind. Even though you say she's on a good cause, the way she's going about it, she's putting a lot of people in danger. This Jean Grey, what I love about the Jean, this is a dark Jean Grey. I like that maybe the Phoenix Force is already in her, I don't know, but I love what they did with Jean Grey in this movie. She got a dark side to her. She ain't no little sweet, little innocent little girl like how she was introduced in the comics, Marvel girl, and then the Phoenix Force got inside her later in life, and then that's why she going mad. She low-key going mad right now. And you can also say Damage Control is the villain. I mean, obviously it's in your face. They taking people against their will and experimenting on them. Like I said, it's all about perspective. Now, Jean Grey finally found what she was looking for. Bro, she brainwashed the Hulk. The real Hulk came out. That was crazy. That battle was crazy. The Punisher came fighting with the Hulk. That was crazy. All that was crazy. Y'all go watch it. Tell me down in the comments what you thought about that. That battle was crazy. So come to find out, when Jean Grey finally burst in and was gonna like kill them all, Spider-Man finally stopped the Hulk because the Hulk had remembered who he was, and the Hulk just give up and became Banner. And then Peter went and stopped Jean Grey because he put the inhibitor chip. Yeah, because Peter making this inhibitor chip to stop his mutation, his body from mutating, control himself, and then he can use that to any other mutant, any other person that got powers. Now I'm thinking, we're gonna get to that. So after he stopped Jean Grey and Will Metzger had, took control of her, had put her to sleep, she woke back up later and she found that she had an inhibitor chip in her neck, on her neck. I'm thinking Peter is going to be the reason Damage Control is going to make inhibitor collars for mutants. They're going to re-engineer his creation to make inhibitor collars for mutants. I'm telling you, this movie is a lot of setup for what they're going to do in the future, and I love that. On another thing, I almost said Natasha. Yelena is in this movie. She was very funny. I love Yelena in this movie. But she was just a side character. She probably only showed up in the movie like 10 minutes of screen time. So Peter was getting his leads from her, and that's about it. But I love her little small increments in this film. Anything that I left out? Okay, so now Jean Grey is, locked up, and Will Metzger is, basically telling her his plan that he want to take. He built this machine. It's kind of similar to Cerebral. When I saw it, I was like, this reminds me of Cerebral. He built this machine to bring out her telepathic powers, and they can read her brain frequency, and they feel that they can get that signal and put it in somebody else so they can be under their control to use telekinesis. That didn't work because Sadie Sink found out. I said Sadie Sink. Jean Grey found out what happened to her sister, that she died because they was experimenting on her, and she went hell, Phoenix Force level. Like her psychic powers went to the whole island, whatever boroughs they was at in New York. I'm not a northerner, I'm a southerner. I don't know too much about, I know so much about the boroughs, but I don't know too much about New York landscape like that, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, they was like on an island, and her thing stretched, I think they said like 2 kilometers. And she just froze everybody in sight, and she went crazy. She controlled the hand. That was insane. And Peter was fighting the hand, and Peter finally let go. He let go, and he finally was able to control that monster inside of him. That was crazy. And another thing, the hand, oh my God, that battle. This was when Destin Daniel Cretton had shown his Naruto flair. He put the hand in here just so he could let people know I could do ninja stuff. Man, he was throwing shurikens, the katanas, the way they was fighting, they was jumping on top of each other, like towering on top of each other, flying. There was even a slow-mo shot where they were flying like this, and Peter just looked up and said, he was like the audience in that time, like Deadpool, like fourth wall breaking. He just looked up and said, oh, now that is cool. Bro, you fought the hand earlier in the movie. During the montage, you defeated the hand. You saw them did it before. But I like when they actually showed the battle this time in the 3rd act. He was like, oh, that was cool. And everyone in the movie theater was saying that that was cool. But anyways, he defeated the hand because he finally was able to control the mutation inside of him. So he defeated them. Went and got Jean Grey. Jean Grey about to kill the damage control head guy, Will Metzger, I believe that's his name. Peter finally talked to her, and man, she is like, you know, I'm going to get inside your mind. Oh, I forgot to mention that she tried to get in his mind earlier, but he could have kicked her out. But this time, since she is way more powerful because she's feeling the grief of the death of her sister, that will increase her power, because when her emotions are high, her power level is high. That's Jean Grey. Or another thing, there's not a Jean Grey anything without her. She definitely passed out. She passed out. But they did tranquilize her. But Jean Grey can't be in nothing without passing out. All right, so let's get back to where we at. She went inside Peter's mind, and she saw Aunt May. And Aunt May had a heart-to-heart with her because she's playing as Spider-Man, but Aunt May and Peter's mind thinking she's talking to Peter, but she's in Peter's perspective. And Aunt May kind of like put her back, you know, gravitate her back to home, let her know that, you know, even though you're different, we still love you for you. That was emotional. I wasn't crying. You was crying. And after that happened, Peter, inside his mind, his Spidey sense went off because Punisher, he's doing things his own way. He's trying to kill this chick. He went up and sniped her, and Peter got in the way, and boom, shot in the back, or in the back, and it went through his stomach, and it was crazy, man. Like, you thought he was gonna die. I thought he was gonna die. But then Punisher realized that he screwed up. And Jean Grey did some she basically stopped his bleeding with her powers because she can do that. And Punisher came and grabbed him and took him to the hospital. And another shot for shot from the comic book when he holding Spider-Man. I think this was in Civil War. We need a medic! We need a medic! But they muted his voice, so he actually didn't say that. But in my head, he said, we need a medic. And then in this scene, all the fans came to the hospital because Peter is getting worked on. And I know I wasn't the only one. I know I wasn't the only one that thought this scene. When Spider-Man was in the hospital and people were surrounded by the hospital seeing he get better, it reminded me, yes, I'm going to go there. Michael Joseph Jackson. During the Pepsi commercial, when Michael got burned by Pepsi and he went to the hospital, so many people crowded around the hospital just to be in the presence of Michael Jackson, and then Michael Jackson came and waved. And funny history that y'all probably don't know. In the 80s, late 80s or early 90s maybe, Marvel was bankrupt. And they was going to sell their business. They was selling off their assets. This is why Sony got Spider-Man. This is why Universal got the Hulk. This is why the Fox had the X-Men characters. And they had Deadpool and Daredevil and all that. Because they was selling off their rights. Lionsgate had got Blade, I believe. Michael Jackson was going to buy Marvel entirely. He had the money. And then he talked to Stan Lee, and the only reason Marvel didn't give it to Michael Jackson because Michael wanted to play Spider-Man because he felt him and Spider-Man have a lot in common. And to be honest, they do. Michael Jackson felt his superstardom is Spider-Man, and his real self he had to hide under a mask. And I see that duality. But yeah, this scene in the movie when Peter was in the hospital and everybody was surrounding around him downstairs, outside in the hospital, it made me thought about Michael Jackson in the 80s during the Pepsi commercial. And I know I wasn't the only one. But then he finally got better. Punisher had got a clever idea. It's like, whenever you trying to get out of here, I know a clever way. So Spider-Man came down all beaten up and stuff. And everybody was like, hey, that's Spider-Man. And Peter had looked distraught like, oh, God. You know what I just went through for everybody to forget that I'm Spider-Man? Doctor Strange is not even in this universe. If all y'all find out, I'm free. I'm done. Okay, he didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking in my head. But then everybody look up, and as the Punisher have his costume on, and everybody started laughing in the theater. And that was funny. And then that was the end of Peter Parker's story. And then it's showing us Jean Grey. Jean Grey is on a bus heading to upstate New York. Look like Westchester to me. Look like she looking for Charles Xavier to me. I love what they did with Jean Grey character in this movie. I'm telling you. And that's how the movie ends. Man, that movie. So amazing. Probably my favorite still. After me recording this video right now, this spoiler discussion, I only seen the movie twice. Definitely going to see it again. But this is my favorite Spider-Man movie I have ever seen. This is up there with Spider-Man 2. This is up there with the first Into the Spider-Verse. And this is up there with No Way Home. Those are my top 3. This one, No Way Home, well, top 4. This one, No Way Home, Into the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Man 2. And as of right now, I should do a ranking video. Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to. As of right now, this movie is my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. I loved it. I loved it. And that was the end of the movie. And so we think. There's a mid-credit scene. And in the mid-credit scene, a lot of people was upset because they don't get it. They don't get it. Y'all gotta understand, this mid-credit scene was probably one of the best mid-credit scenes that the MCU had in a very long time. Okay, I would say the Thunderbolts mid-credit scene was really cool because spoiler alert for the Thunderbolts if you haven't seen it. You have this ship in outer space with the Fantastic Four logo. That was cool. The Fantastic Four post-credit scene was cool because we saw Dr. Doom talking to Franklin Richards. That was cool. But this one, excuse me. But this one, you had Ned's spider tracker, and he was like, I don't remember where it says, so I'm paraphrasing, basically saying Spider-Man tracked in a different location. And then it kept zooming out. No, it said we can't find Spider-Man in this location. Then it kept zooming out. And then it showed like another sphere, like another world. And it says Spider-Man located. Bro, that is a tease that there's another Spider-Man in another world in proximity of our world. Now, if you saw my trailer reaction breakdown of the Doomsday official trailer, and it had those 3 different planets, and it had looked like little tunnels or bridges like connecting them. I felt that was like wormholes or whatever that synchronized each planet. One of those planets got another Spider-Man, and this Ned Spider Tracker had tracked another Spider-Man out there. So now that got me thinking there's gonna be a Spider-Man in Avengers Doomsday, because this movie is going on at this, I don't care if y'all know, But this movie is actually going on at the same time as Doomsday. They happening at the same exact time. So I'm thinking that Tracker had tracked another Spider-Man in another world. Something is going on in another world with another Spider-Man, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. But that let me know that another Spider-Man gonna show up in Avengers Doomsday. And at the end of the movie, before the screen went black, it said Spider-Man will return. And then it said Peter Parker will return. And then it said what Spider-Man will return. It just said Spider-Man will return. And then it said what movie, just said Spider-Man will return. Listen, Spider-Man gonna be in Avengers Doomsday. But yeah, man, that's my spoiler discussion. Put down in the comments anything that I missed, because I definitely missed a lot. I didn't say everything because we're going to be here for 2 hours. A length of this movie, we will be here talking about this. I just, break it down piece by piece. Let me know, how you feel about this movie, and you can spoil away. The comments is free. It's free. Put down what you think, how you feel about this movie. We can talk about the post-credit scene. We can talk about Jean Grey and the future of her character with the X-Men. We can talk about where Jean Grey is going. We can talk about Damage Control, what you think gonna happen with Damage Control, what you think gonna happen with the Hulk, Punisher, Spider-Man, Dynamic, what's going on with Peter and his friends. Oh, I mentioned that Peter and MJ realized who he was. And then at the end of the movie, he went and talked to Ned, and he just did the little handshake with Ned, and the muscle memory had triggered. And then he told Ned who he was, Peter, and his eyes, Peter, he remembered. And not from the last movie in No Way Home, it's shown that Ned has sorcery ability. So his mind probably can overwipe the spell. That's another theory I have, and that's just a video for a whole nother day. But that's how Ned could remember just like that without reading the video, because you could see it in his eyes. His eyes, like Jacob Babylon is that was great acting in that. Pay attention when after him and Peter did that handshake. Pay attention to Ned's eyes after Peter told him his name was Peter. It's just lit up. He's like, Peter. And then that's how the movie ends. Man, I love this movie, and I'm going to watch it again. But like I always tell y'all, comment down and tell me y'all what y'all think. The comments is free. Spoil away. But yeah, thank y'all for watching this video. And if you like this spoiler discussion, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I catch y'all again on the next one. But like I always say, peace, and one love, one heart, one mind. Rastafari.